hard work and dedication. That's what it's about. That's how you achieve your goals. First you gotta set your goals, then it take action. Hard work and dedication. Be consistent. Establish your goals, write them down, research on what it takes to get to those goals, read books on what it takes to get to those goals. You can have anything you want in life. Any goal that you set, you can get it. I'm an example of that. Came from Mississippi to Houston, Texas. Slept in my truck for a whole year. And that's going through school to be a mechanical engineer. I'm currently still in the process of getting my degree in mechanical engineer. Take night class and work full time doing HVAC work. And I just set look small goals, and I'm achieving them. My big goal right now is to be a mechanical engineer. And, eventually I'm gonna get there. But like I said, I come from Mississippi. Stayed in my truck. I was a convicted felon. I got that expunged now. But when I came here, I was a felon. And when I left Mississippi, well, before I left Mississippi, I got my GED. I got my GED when I was 28 years old. I stayed in my truck studying for my GED. I stayed in my truck like 3 or 4 months in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast. And like I said, I just studied till I got that GED. Because I already knew when I got my GED, even though I had that felony on me, I knew it was going to be a little easier on me. A little weight off my shoulder, because you're a convicted felon with no GED, man, it's hard. With no high school diploma, no college degree, like 10 times hard on you. It's already hard for you to do a felony, but like I say, but you gotta have faith beyond measure that it's gonna work out. Because once you get good habits, and have faith, pray, you don't know what doors is going to open up to you. You don't know. There's so many doors going to open. I mean, I get so many testimony examples of doors that open that I ain't never imagined. But like I said, I got my GED, and they had a GED ceremony at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, where when you graduate, you walk, and it's like I guess getting recognition. That's how I kind of looked at it. But my dream and goal was so much bigger than just that GED. First of all, I should have graduated high school. That's a long story way back. But get my GED wasn't really nothing that I wanted to get acknowledged or recognized for. I had bigger goals. I pursued more bigger things than just that. I knew I wasn't going to stop at just a GED. So, but the night of the graduation, I kind of was going to go, and I thought about it, say, I want more than this. And I had like $100, $200 to my name. I had a 1993 Chevy Suburban. And I filled that truck up. And I said, I'm going to Texas. Didn't really know anybody in Texas. I got brothers and stuff there, but he was getting married or whatever. I wasn't going to stay with them or anything. I was just going to get in my truck and just take a leap of faith. And let me rewind. Before I left Mississippi also, because when I was working on my GED, I got my EPA license in HVAC. No experience in anything like that, but I did get the universal. That's where you got knowledge that you can handle refrigerant, and you can purchase HVAC goods and refrigerant and stuff like that. So I got that, took those classes. They were like $80 or something like that. Take the exam, I passed the exam. And I know in Houston, Texas, I looked it all up, Googled it. It was like number one. It was like in the top 5 cities in the need of HVAC technician. So, and also before I left Mississippi, I enrolled in Houston Community College. I'm gonna get my associate degree and try to move on and get my engineering degree. So all my plans, all my goals, I wrote everything down. So my plan was to go to Texas, get a job and go to school, like part-time. So like I said, I packed everything in my truck. I was already staying in my truck before I left, but so I ain't had anything really to pack up. I had all my little stuff that I had it with me. Few clothes, not much at all. Like $200 my name. And man, I gassed that truck up. Keep in mind, I think gas was still like $3 at the time. But I gassed that truck up, hit the road. And I remember I landed, I think in like 5th Ward or something like that. When I got to Houston, I looked around like, nah, this ain't the place. So anyway, I ended up in like Stafford, Texas area. They got a Houston Community College. Actually, I ended up in Spring, Texas, because I just Googled the ACC Community College, and they got like 8 community colleges, if not more than that. I didn't know at the time, but a lot of them pop up, and some of the areas wasn't, too good of area, especially not for me just standing around. I like try to blend in. So I landed up in like Spring, Texas. I looked around. I didn't like the environment, whatever. Too many people walking. So I Googled Stafford. I ended up in like the Stafford area where the ACC at. And man, I would study. Well, anyway, I enrolled in school. Whatever my routine, though, I studied, tried to look for jobs. Went to like the Win Job Center. Put in an application day in and day out. Just stayed busy, constant busy. Got like 2-3 hours sleep a night. I would eat noodles or eat the dollar menu or something like that. And also, but I was getting unemployment from Mississippi. Like it was like $180 a week. So that helped me out too until it ran out. But I was living off that $180 a week in my truck. I had a gym membership. I spent like $10 a month planning for fitness. That way I work out, take my showers and stuff like that, then go to school. So I blended in. Nobody had no clue that I was even staying in my truck. And I feel like I'm talking in riddles or whatever, but my main thing, just have faith, man. You never know what's gonna happen, what door's gonna open. So back to my story, testimony or whatever, man. I like I say, I had faith, but the months and months would go on because I put all these jobs. Everybody wanted 3 to 5 years of experience in the trade that I wanted, and my mentally mind state, because I used to read, listen to audio books, motivational speaking. So my mindset was set on that my faith was gonna was going to work. Eventually it was going to happen. Everything that I wanted and asked for was going to come true. So, and I wanted to start out working with an AC company. And as you can see, I'm in an AC truck right now. Been working with this company for 4 years now. But I'm the only, I had interviews. I went to interview to a company called AJ Warren. And I thought I had that job. I'm talking about, I nailed it, the interview. I took the little test, because I would read on HVAC and stuff too, but I just didn't have the physical experience. But I took the test, passed the test that they had, and went downtown to take my drug test, because I wasn't doing no drugs, no alcohol, no smoking, anything like that. And went down there, but they do a background check, because I told the guy I had, a background. He said it was no big deal or whatever. But obviously it was. They denied me, took the background check, and said you can't have it. But it was interview after interview, and it felt like it was just failure after failure. Because I practiced my interview, I practiced looking people in the eyes and speaking. I practiced all that, because like I said, I was determined. I wouldn't put any other application in to nowhere else. I didn't want to do anything but to be an AC technician. I wasn't wasting my time putting on no application at McDonald's, even though I was limited on money, because my unemployment did run out. So like 3 months, I was like, wow. It was rough, but God is an on-time God. He didn't put me through nothing I couldn't handle. But eventually, this company here called, and I know for sure. But I didn't care what I'm doing. My mindset was, if I was flipping burgers or working at McDonald's, I was gonna be the best burger flipper at McDonald's. I was gonna be the best fry dropper at McDonald's. Every customer that I ran across, I was gonna try to give them the hottest fries. But I knew if I took that mentality in, and the company gave me an opportunity with no experience, they were gonna get the best worker day in and day out that they was gonna get. And I'm still with this company. I'm loyal to them. They treat me good. And like I say, hard work and dedication. That's what it takes. And but like I say, man, just keep the faith, hard work, dedication, and action. And like I say, doors just gonna open. Man, it's been great. It's been a great ride. I'm loving the journey. Like I say, I'm going to get my mechanical engineer. That's the next goal. That's what I'm after right now. I'm going to get it. Just example, doors open. I used to wear glasses, contact, couldn't see. I'm talking about the opportunity, door open. I had laser surgery. I see 20/20 vision now. To me, that's like a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to couldn't see 5 foot in front of me as far as reading. Man, I would say God is good. But I got a wonderful lady in my life now. Got a nice place. Man, it's just been an awesome journey. I want to tell anybody, man, to keep the faith. Like I say, as far as failing to go, like I say, as far as doors opening, I just happened to call one day to a lawyer, and I asked, can I get my record expunged? And she looked at my record. She was like, no, it's not expunged. But then, as soon as she was saying that, I guess she was reading while she was talking to me. She was, oh, hold on 1 second. And it was silent for like a minute. I'm like, man, what's up? She was like, well, I'm reading. Matter of fact, she was like, they just passed a law like 3 months ago that you can get your record is expungable. And she was like, send me such and such, a couple $1,000 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Send me that. But I say, doors open, you never know. I never felt like, I thought I was gonna have a felony for the rest of my life. Thought maybe I couldn't see, not have a good vision for the rest of my life. And all this just changed because I took that leap of faith. Because like now I got this job. I didn't want to take a McDonald's job to say, because like I said, I'm gonna be the best burger flipper that it was, and maybe I wouldn't be making much money that I am now. Maybe I couldn't afford to even get my regular sponge if I still did not take that leap of faith and wasn't putting those type of applications in, and to eat noodles or eat out the dollar menu every day. That's what I'm talking about. Action with faith, you know. And like I say, man, I'm gonna reach every goal that I write down and that I go after, and doors are going to continue to open, you know. And man, that's why I advise anybody out there. I don't care how deep your hole is, just take it one day at a time. If you have a negative thought, replace it with a positive thought. Every day, well, every time a negative thought, you got to be optimistic. You gotta think positive. Every time something enter your mind that's not on the path for you to reach your goal, you need to get rid of it. If anybody in your life that's not being beneficial to you reaching your goal, you need to get rid of them. I don't care who it is, brother, sister, mama, daddy, friend, best friend, cousin. I don't care who it is. Your co-worker, man, if they ain't beneficial to you reaching your goal, you need to X them out your life. And then once maybe you get on your feet or whatever, you can bring it back. But if they in the way, you need to get them out. You know what I'm talking about? That's my experience. Everything ain't sugar coated. Everything in life is not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like boy Tyree say, some people in your life is for a season. You know, loyalty has an expiration date on them. So, man, you gotta get serious about life. You know, especially because I started late. I started when I was 28 years old. I got my GED. Hindsight, wish I would have had this mindset when I was 15, 16 years old. And I'm telling why, but to me, I'm behind. Why people like, man, you serious all the time? Yeah, I'm serious. You know, I ain't got time to play right now. You know what I'm saying? I got goals to achieve. I really don't have time. Don't go out. I don't go to clubs or anything like that. You know what I mean? If I go out somewhere, I'm gonna be with my girl. We go out to dinner or something like that. But right now, I'm just focused. You know what I mean? That's why I like to hang around older people, if anything, because you get like somebody 50, 60 years old, they know they don't have much time on this earth. They more serious. They running a little faster. You know what I'm saying? About 18, 19, 20, 25 years old sometimes, just pacing things like everything is all good. You know, but I say get positive mentors. If you can't have a physical mentor, I promise somebody that wrote about it and went through it in their life. You know what I'm saying? Get audio books, YouTube motivational speakers, or YouTube audio book. Like I say, Strangest Secret in the World, Earl Nightingale, Zig Ziglar, See Me on Top, See You at the Top, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. Look at all his videos. If you need that perk, you know what I'm saying, that Red Bull, you know what I'm saying, that energy, that coffee, you know what I'm saying, but it's gonna be mentally. I say go out there and get it though. I'm worth watching. Peace, love, I'm out.